Director of Gift Planning for the Catholic Foundation of North Georgia. So we welcome Diane for just a few minutes.
Well, I know it's getting late and I'm not going to take but a few minutes of your time. I do want to thank Mickey and Donna. They have given you some excellent information. And just to follow up on that, the Catholic legacy. What is a Catholic legacy? This ties in very closely to what they were talking about. They were talking about baptism and they were talking about funerals. Well, a Catholic legacy is not only how we have lived, it is how we die, how we are buried, where we're buried. It's what our choices are at the end of life. We all know we're going to die. We know we can't take our things with us. So what do we do with our things? Our things can be property, they can be money, they can be anything you own. One thing I found as the Director of Gift Planning for the Catholic Foundation, I work with families all across the Archdiocese along with their professional advisors in making their final plans as far as their will goes or setting up trust. And one thing I have found is that Atlanta has so few people that everybody lives in Atlanta. How many of you are from out of state originally? See? Anybody from Atlanta? They're very few. So I find that not only are, you're here, but your children may be in New York, Pittsburgh, they may be in California, they may be all over. And if you ask your children, you do want that piano, don't you? And they live in California, and they look at you and go, no, I don't want that piano. So I have found that you can, when you're thinking about your family and talking to them about all these other things, talk to them about what they want before you make your will. One of the things that I want to tell you is 60 to 70% of the people in the United States die without a will. So if this is a typical audience, 60% of you do not have a current will. What we have done at the Catholic Foundation is that on our website, you can go to Planned Giving. It's right on the front page. And when you click on that, you come to a page that says Plan Your Will. And it will walk you through every step that is needed to plan your will or to review your will. Then you can turn it into a PDF, print it out, and take it to your attorney to finalize it. You're not making your will, you're planning it. But I want you to discuss this with your adult children, those of you that have children, because children need to know what your wishes are. As they have said on these other things, they need to know about the will also. They also need to know where the will is. And Donna brought up something very important that I always emphasize. Don't ever put your will in the safety deposit box. Don't put your burial directions in there. Don't put your advance directives in there, because you're going to die and be buried, and then they finally get to the lockbox and they say, gee, Mom wanted to be buried, but Mom has been placed somewhere else. This happened in Blairsville recently, so believe me, it does happen. So make sure your children know exactly what you want to do with your things. And if they don't want them, consider this. Where's the first place you're brought when you're born? The church, right. And the very last place before you're buried in the ground is, or in somewhere else, but is the church, your funeral. So, and all through our life, we have the sacraments in the church, and every time I go to a church, they're having social functions. We have ladies group, we have men's group. So who is part of your family? Is the parish part of your family? Absolutely. And now all the parishes in the Archdiocese have an endowment. St. Anne's has a very nice endowment which they would get distributions from on an annual basis. And if your children don't want your things, consider leaving them to St. Anne's Endowment Fund. We work with families in turning assets literally into cash. Through your will, You can leave your IRA, 401k, insurance. I will work with you on creating charitable remainder trust. We also do charitable gift annuities, which will provide income for you during your life, and then at your death go into the parish endowment fund. Also on our website, we have bequest language that will help you in planning your will, or if you want to make one change in your will, say you decide somebody has passed away that you were leaving something to and you want to then leave it to the parish, you can do what is called a codicil to your will. That's just a one-page document. It's very simple to do. If you want to call me, I'll be glad to walk you through how to do it. But in your handout that I've given you, and there may be too many on some tables and not enough on others, so if y'all will please share these, one per family. It has all the information about planned giving in here. It tells about the different types of trust. It tells about charitable gift annuities. So I want you to think about how you can create your Catholic legacy and what do you want your Catholic legacy to be. And if St. Anne's is part of your family, please do remember to consider leaving St. Anne's in your will or your other estate plans. Now, one other thing that I put a yellow sheet of paper on the table for all of you to fill out. This is a Christian guide to planning wills and trust. If you would like for me to send you this guide, please fill out the yellow sheet of paper and bring it to the back table over here afterwards, and I will send these to you. I've had several lawyers who have said this is one of the best guides they have seen for helping a family plan their will. This is the same thing, though, that is on the internet if you would prefer to do it on the internet. It is strictly a personal choice. But we are here to help you with your final decisions. You can also, by the way, if you prefer to get advanced directives from the Archdiocese, they have a Catholic advanced directives that are recently approved by the Church and on the Archdiocesan website. So you can download those too. So some people just prefer working on the computer and some prefer working in a workbook, but we have it all available for you. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them for you when I go back to the table. Thank you.
All right, so due to time, and we did have a lot of questions and answers earlier, what I'd like to invite you to do in just a few minutes is to, if you have a specific question about leaving your Catholic legacy or about funeral planning or about end-of-life issues and critical conditions making your advanced directives, we have tables in the back and you're welcome to go back and ask those specific questions to those people. So I'd just like to thank you for coming tonight. We hope you received some useful information to help make some decisions and to start some communication among your family members. Again, pick up whatever information you are interested in the back. There is on your table, everyone has an evaluation form. It would be a great feedback to us about tonight and about any future activities that you might like to hear about. So if you could take time to do that and drop that off on that rectangular table in the back, that would be wonderful. Father Tom, do you have anything else you want to say? Mickey? All right, well, you have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much. And we're all here for questions either now or later at Pastoral Care. Please stop by and ask us. God bless.